I guess we're ready to go. So this time, can everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Today is December 12th, 2022, 6:30 p.m. May we have a call to order and a roll call?
Okay, Chair Mike French,
Present.
Vice Chair Karen Malecki, Secretary Sue Lance, Alderperson Sherry,
Unwell.
okay, Commissioner Mary Remington. Here. And Commissioner Owen Poborski. Here. Commissioner Kristen Stanley. Here. And non-voting and Kevin.
Here.
Schluter. Marion. Here. Glenn Morrow.
Here.
And Delport.
Here.
At this time, we'd like to open it up. To any citizens to make a comment.
Kaylin, you want to say something? That's my youngest daughter, by the way. I brought her along. I said it'll be a short one.
Oh.
Cursed it.
So at 6:31, we will close the citizen comment period. We'll move to item 3 right away. Approval of minutes. The approval of the regular meeting minutes from November 14th.
I just have one comment. Well, actually two. It's showing me as absent, but I did notify folks, so I think it should say excused. So can we change? And then my other one, in just reading the minutes about the pickleball courts, I saw they're going to have to be regrinded and resurfaced. I was wondering if the company knows that.
Oh yeah, they're well aware.
Fantastic. Would someone like to make a motion to approve with those changes noted?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Fantastic. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You guys have it. Unfinished business, item 4. Letter A, update on park maintenance, gentlemen.
Daily, got anything?
Not a whole lot here, but the new wood chips in the playgrounds, I guess, One Legend 2, Rathby, Fox, Glen Meadows, and Workman were all done. Turned out really nice. I saw some of that, but it really brightens up the playground much nicer. Fall cleanup, we've been working on that some still. So the snow, so the snow really settles in, clean up leaves and branches, parts. Pretty much everything's winterized for the winter. All set to go there, and we put up the ice rink. Waiting for good weather. Hope it. A little bit of slush on top right now. Hopefully that'll all thaw this week. And looks like the weekend's gonna freeze, and next week is supposed to be cold. So good.
If I could comment on the ice rink, your direction was somewhere behind the fire station. After talking about it, we decided that the tennis courts were close enough to behind the fire station, and it actually turned out really nice. Can you imagine if that water pit was out there for everybody to play in and probably mess up? So,
Awesome.
That was a good idea.
Oh, right on the top of the court?
Yeah, and got it locked. Went out for the historical event on out there. Very inviting.
Oh, yeah.
fortunately,
That's good and bad.
Are there gonna be advertised hours that it'll be available when it does?
Did not find it. Is it
Just general park hours.
go park hours?
I mean, we're not, I've never told. I mean, we're not, I've never told.
Once it freezes, you're not black at that night, are you?
No, unless we're having, kind of, or it starts to melt.
Get that night, are you?
No, unless we're having, kind of, or it starts to melt.
Thank you. We'll move on to letter B. Street improvement fund needs, major capital expenditures to be made with borrowed funds.
Yep, so at your last meeting, the commission, over the recommended budget for 2023, the Parks Commission's recommendations. And then also, this commission approved a recommendation of a change to some of the allocations recommended for fitness equipment and allocate that to surface repairs or et cetera. So that was included in the adopted budget. I will have a more complete update for you in January, but Alderwoman Hammond, grade your recommendation. I have on that for
We'll then move on to letter C. Park amenities donation policy and parks marketing materials including maps, pamphlets, etc.
I am waiting from the administrator's office for dates for the upcoming newsletter. I'm getting the map included, but Commissioner Malecki also provided an updated draft today, so a little bit reorganized. I'm sorry, I thought this was going to print in color and it didn't.
And if you noticed, I changed the direction of the map. When I went back and re-listened to the minutes from that thing, they said they wanted a little bigger map and stuff, and then it used to be like this, but now it's the other way, so I could fit everything on. And I did cut out all the schools because I needed room, and I also thought, since this is about the parks, that maybe we didn't need the schools. Does that make sense? And I did cut the parks that maybe we didn't need the schools. Does that make sense? And I did cut down the parks, the Milwaukee County parks descriptions a little bit.
Like that the map is bigger.
Yeah, so it like takes up the whole page then. And then the only thing that I need is the new parks. I need like the addresses if we have them. And I don't know where they are on the map, like what's the border lines for them and stuff like that. Border of the new parks.
I'm kind of wondering if it would be appropriate, I have to talk to, but especially for the new Southwest Park, instead of outlining it for the time being, maybe put an indicator there, okay, future park. I can show you where it is on the map. The other one I can't quite tell. I'll have to.
With the water park too, I don't really know where that is.
Could I suggest that they have features there that we want people to come to? So for Water Tower Park, literally it's going to be 2 years out before I want anybody to show up there.
Okay.
I hate for somebody to see the map. Oh, let's go check that one out.
Yeah, well, I did put on there that they're undeveloped and they're not open to the public, but
Yeah, I think
someone had mentioned that they wanted to, but
future parks. That was
Right.
the idea. So it's you strongly
Maybe.
urged.
okay, because I had it.
So
over
it'll be
here.
listed on the map, but not in the description? Is that what you're saying?
There isn't like it would just be listed as future park undeveloped and not open to the
Park,
public.
right there, park, right there, your active. Park.
Oh, yeah.
So you just want me to put where it kind of is?
But
then?
she needs it.
Yeah.
I don't know where the other one is. I have it over here, but I don't know where it is. I don't.
I'll have this.
I don't.
This map, it'll be easier to follow when I'm looking at Explorer, but putting like an asterisk or indicator there for now, outlining probably logical.
So it will be added then?
So you,
One is
you do or don't want it?
Now, and I'd really hate for somebody to show up and think they can walk around. So,
The way it looks, I don't know who'd want to walk around.
well, icing, attractive nuisances.
Publicity it's getting though.
Consideration, maybe taking out new parks and changing it to future parks.
Yeah.
That way, it's not like I've got to go to the new
Okay.
future, and then I like that you have undeveloped, not open.
I can make that larger. Okay. I can make that larger. Okay.
So we'll leave it as future parks.
And just no description then, or? Okay.
I think one of them we're gonna have to probably spend a whole year on everything. Probably spend a whole year on everything. It's been all the side.
Yep, that's something that I think it'll be appropriate to talk about during the budget discussion, because I think during the demands that are going to be placed on it, you want to make sure that there's a clear development process there. So Glenn's already done some work with the RFP committee past, but for RFQs, an RIC.
And then I think last week before we left, I kind of gave everybody some cards, ball diamond rentals or whatever.
The permit?
Yeah, the permits.
The permit?
Yeah, the permits. Yeah, that one. Kind of got, it's highlighted in yellow. The yellows are the stuff that I added that weren't on it before. I don't know if anybody had a chance to look at it.
You have an extra one. You have an extra one.
A chance to look at it.
You have an extra one. You have an extra one. Or last one.
I can pass this one down and just put it on yours.
Here I have it.
And she had it too.
I don't have one.
Oh, does anybody else need one? I have extras.
I'll take one. I don't have it on my
Yeah. So like what I said is all the yellow stuff I just highlighted is the stuff that I added to it that if you want to add it in there, you can, or not add it in and just leave it like it was. I'm not sure what you guys want to do. And then I looked up kind of like what Waukesha does and stuff, what they charge, and their fields, they charge like $25 an hour for theirs. So like we are like really underestimating.
Free.
Yeah. That's something we were gonna discuss was things that change. Ours are so. Yep.
Funding. Mark. Funding. Mark.
And then again, these are not lighted, so, and I don't know if theirs are lighted. So they have my,
Addition and
yeah,
dugouts.
Right.
Addition and
yeah,
dugouts.
right. And if they have turf ones too, so they charge more turf. Put it out there.
Well, when does this start? When does it start?
There's the snowballs.
So we could
Mark, until March or February.
So the lineup, on January 1st, everybody's lined up outside the hall. That's just to rent shelters. We won't be renting fields until later. Don't know. Oh, okay. So Kevin just said you can't rent till the week of, so you.
Okay.
Can't rent till.
Usually they'll come in on Monday, and whatever nights they want for the week.
Right, it kind of says that in here.
So each week they come every week?
Yes.
Monday. More.
It says reservation times, weeknights, 5 weekends.
And reservations will be accepted in person on every Monday.
Oh,
Person on every Monday.
oh. So do they get their money back if it rains and they don't use them? No?
Here it says it right there, no refunds or rainouts, but they will be scheduled. Yeah,
Plus it's $4.
right, right.
They'll reschedule.
Okay.
And they,
So yeah, I would take the time and just read this over a little bit, then you understand where I was coming from. And a lot of the stuff was already there, so I only added the yellow stuff.
Letter A, Little League and/or adult recreation league reservations of sports facilities for baseball, pickleball, and other groups. I think taking a look at it, number one, I think the fees are very expensive. I would probably move those up. If you do move them up, some people may expect a little bit more of a product. How often do you guys groom and make the field?
could be once a week,
Field?
could be once a week, could be once a month.
Yeah.
When we have it available hours.
Sure. They take.
It's half, 3/4 of a day.
Yeah.
I've never seen them look bad.
Thank you, but then they wouldn't want to keep it field.
Oh, okay.
Transfer some of my phone calls.
The hard part is some of the people that play they travel balls, so they'll play a whole tournament of for them and play on those fields coming out of practice. Yeah.
And you live a weed there,
Right.
and you think the $6
Exactly.
paying for it.
So I would think that the fees should probably increase with the market. They're just practice or a game. So, and then as far as reservations, other facilities as to reservations for volleyball court, we have, and then as far as like tennis and pickleball, individual reservations are just individual reservations or just rec department prizes first.
In the past, we paid more money, so people and really can't get quite deep.
Yeah, particularly at Lion Legends, over about just availability of the courts.
And I will only say it's just that, and I've been saying it for years, it's just exploding big.
TV shows about it, there's.
Yeah, you see it more and more, you do,
In
you
the
see it
Wall
more and
Street
more on the
Journal
news now, and, yeah. We get the same thing for indoor, not enough people can get in, to play in the program. It's that, so
I think some kind they have
Franklin Rec gets first dibs on serving the rec department.
in the evening. In the evening, there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And in the morning, Sam's group, Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Oh, that's
which was approved through here. So really, the afternoons are fully open till 5, from noon to 5. And on Sundays.
Getting people are saying the times they're off for work or family, Saturday.
That's why we asked for more courts.
So this will all change though.
I know you guys did, and then,
Once the resurface is done, it'll all change.
well, I don't know, because,
No?
I would think that one Pleasant View is done.
in my opinion, we're probably still going to have to use the courts at Lions part of it, because we would be, right now, we have the 8, because we have the tennis courts. We would be going down to 6 courts, Pleasant View. So I don't see that as.
Did they open it up to?
It is for the rec department, and I know that's been brought up in the past too. And I would love to see the rec department get with the parks department and split that. With that parks would be part of it. Parks would be part of it.
It's 15.
I'm not on either side. I don't play myself, but I understand it's a great sport. But all I'm conveying to you is what residents are upset that
I totally got, I understand.
upset that
I totally got, I understand.
I think when it all comes down, Marco, it's gonna happen. What park will have all time. I start with how it goes. Great facility. Solutions you could stripe the other court lines. Park has the same name. The other tennis court over there, but I know that has a crack or two.
I 12 courts. We could move over there and leave everybody alone.
At least wide open public.
Yep. Dual purpose because they're empty half the time for tennis.
only rec department takes those.
For tennis in the morning.
Yeah, that's just something.
In the morning.
Yeah, that's just
that's
something
in the
that we'll
morning.
have to work around. I would think that when the rec department submits their permit, whoever this other Stan or Sam or whatever that captain is, I think all those permits should come in and pass it in. Just to come in and pass it in. Just to make sure that it's really relayed out there. I know the rec department has for the last couple, but to have stuff open for the general public. I mean, the rec department keeps the revenue. I'm sure it's not a large amount of money.
I would probably bet it's $10 for Franklin resident. They run 3 sessions in the summer, fall. And then yeah, I'm talking outdoor.
Oh, gotcha.
And it would really be nice if we could eventually do some tournaments and make money for parks tournaments. But we don't know how to do it.
In terms of the location choices, you did that last year where you recommended change of venue. The youth tennis to
And Wendell,
right.
I did that work out? You guys get any negative feedback?
No,
I got positive feedback from the
Then
department
maybe
about
we
it.
recommend that again. Then maybe we look to direct. Recommend that again. Then maybe we look to direct. Just as a thought, we look to rent or rec programs for pickleball. Pleasant, or not Pleasant, Lions Legend. I think Pleasant open to the public. If it's ever.
Is that a recommendation or is that?
No, it's
you're
just
talking?
I'm just talking.
Okay.
I also think that maybe
Okay.
I also think that maybe Because what does it cost to stripe a pickleball court? Like $1,000 a court?
Well, now our courts are so, I mean, it would have to be completely.
Sure. And I wonder if the rec department take some of that funding. The rec department take some of that funding. I don't know how. I know government accounting is weird. Yeah. Working for the government, but it's. I don't know if some of their funding could be cross-charged. JV'd over. Yeah.
Change what I just. Right. Quite honestly, it'd probably be July because I want to make sure that they wait fall when they change it. So I can imagine the asphalt being done early to mid-May, but at least 30 days longer. You know, so late June is when they actually let it breathe. That's one of the issues.
Sure.
And what?
Sure.
And weren't the Lions tennis courts supposed to be redone next year?
So we have in the budget, yeah, we're going to try to resurface all of them actually. 4 of them. 4 of them. Like 200,000.
So it was that one and Jack Workman, right?
Jack Workman
Was the one that was going to have a different surface?
That's
We're going to try to take that 200 as far as we can.
Okay.
200 as far as we can.
Okay. And so can we bring that up at a future meeting about dual striping? Switching to there if the communities have it? I mean, once they're ready?
Was there else? Court reminds me of a middle school gym, but
getting that argument too.
yeah.
Got to do dual use though to make better use of our fund.
Yeah, and I mean you can't make everybody happy. Everybody adequate. Yeah.
And Pleasant Park, I'm trying to refresh my memory. They're double marked, right? The tennis
The
courts
one
are-
tennis court.
The one was.
Well, actually, they both are, but one has got a tennis net, so you can't play pickleball.
There was separate standalone pickleball.
The new ones are. Yeah.
There's no pickleball.
The new ones are. Yeah.
There's an asphalt issue.
You
Well-
can play if you don't mind the switch higher net.
Yeah, and people, if they're in the rec, don't want to do it. But, so, I would
Badminton League use the pickleball?
do indoor
They do indoor.
at Saltwood
So I
Glen.
know that's the same as pickleball, just the
But it's
kitchen line
high.
is one,
But
right, it's a
and
higher net, right?
When this is ready to get on the agenda, I would, if you would want, I would call the rec department director and ask if you want.
Yeah, I've made a note to follow up with them since I'm hoping we'll see the requests in January or not later February.
So we can talk about costs then too?
For the ball.
Well, so that would be a separate item.
Sure.
No, I mean for the pickleball. How we about that? Give us a set fee of year, charging
Per player.
per hour or anything like that, just X amount of dollars every year, just X amount of dollars every year.
I think if we go through with the resurfacing this year, I think everybody should look at, you make Lions Legend pickleball, only pickleball. Okay, Lions Legend 2, okay, Lions Legend 2, strictly tennis.
That
So
would
on.
work.
They're so close. that-
Yeah.
But we're not making the tennis people happy at all. We're not making the pickleball happy, so this is fine.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Sounds great.
As long as we're gonna go through the resurfacing, which means we gotta do the painting or hire some. That's gonna be the time to do it.
Maybe that would answer the dilemma of two parks being called Legends, Lions Legend and Lions Legend.
The other one, line
Don't
legend
you have
two.
I just think that's
The other one, tennis/ice skating rink.
Legend 2 that we call is really Vernon Park.
Right, okay.
Oh,
Then we gotta start calling it.
yeah, we don't. Oh,
Then we gotta start calling it.
yeah, we don't.
And drop the whole Lions legend in that one altogether. Bar.
Nice.
That was like, that's agenda item B, so sorry about that. No worries. Renaming of Lions Legend Park 1 or 2. So we learned Lion Legend 2 is technically
Burn Bar.
What's the?
Well,
Who
that's
would that
because
cat be?
that's the pavilion name is Bard, right?
Right. Yep.
They
Vernon
named the
Park was
pavilion.
someone who
Barker.
Vernon Park, BARG. He was quite involved in the parks years ago. He basically built the pavilion at Lions 1,
Okay.
and that's how that all started.
Oh, wow.
Donated all.
I really thought Lions 1 was Bar. Saying the other one was.
Well, in the end, they ended up making the park, making that pavilion in his honor. But really, he was very instrumental. I don't know if you know Mary. You know him?
So how would we go about that?
Yeah,
Would we go
obviously we
about
probably need common council.
suggesting
Yeah, so
it to the
there is a
council?
naming policy, and you as a recommending board would make a recommendation to council. Council. I don't remember all the other. Council. I don't remember all the other.
Oh, are we recommending that we rename it Vernon Park?
Someone would have to.
Okay, to alleviate the confusion, I recommend that. Park on Drexel Park. That goes to the council and they either,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Ayes have it.
So then, number Lions 1 be just Lions Legend.
Yeah, so just Lions
Right.
Legend and then Vernon Bard. Then I wouldn't be so confused.
The attorney's office will issue as well, 'cause whenever we do the agendas, tell people where to go, there's wait, which one is that moment? So.
Good thing they're closed.
I think it has to be changed on a lot of paperwork.
Right. Well, the permits.
Yeah.
It has to be changed on a lot of paperwork.
Right. Well, the permits. Yeah. And that's all coming up now.
They'll just set money in the budget.
I was thinking too, I mean, I'm fine with what you said, but did you ever go to the park and stuff and see, I'm fine with what you said, but did you ever go to the park and stuff and see all the cranes that are there all the time? So I was gonna suggest Cranes Crossing, but, I know, cause it's kind of a cool, they're always right by the road there. See 'em. But if you
More unique, but
yeah, I'm just putting it out there, yeah.
there used to be pheasants there too, and they're gone. Maybe the cranes won't last. It's all the coyotes. Or coyote crossing.
Yeah.
Formerly known as Lions Legend 2 underneath, just for the first year, and then
Yes, I
when
would do
everybody
that.
gets used to that historical reference of Vernon Park. Yeah.
We can do that. We'll see what they have to say.
Do I
It would have to be in the
say yes
newsletter.
We'll see what they have to say.
or- do I
It would have to
say
be in the
yes or-
newsletter.
Everybody
Jimmy
voted.
knows. Okay.
So since this map, so it has to go to council first before we can change the name then?
Yeah, common council is the body for, so for now, the name is the same.
Okay. Okay.
There is,
Okay.
there isn't a sign over there that says Lions. Is there? No.
Vernon Park.
Yeah.
Vernon Park. Up by the road, Vernon Park.
Oh, there's a sign that says some kind of legend, I don't remember.
We'll move to letter C, National Fitness Campaign Fitness Court Grant.
Yep, so some members of the commission may recall that we previously had a discussion about fitness equipment in parks. At your last meeting, you recommended reallocating the capital funds for fitness equipment in parks to tennis court surfaces, which is perfectly logical to do, and we tabled this item. But I want to bring it to your attention now because if you would like to start considering this for the 2024 budget and going forward, that is something that's an option. So in last month's packet, there was a packet of information that was provided by the National Fitness Campaign with information about their courts. So we've kind of had an ongoing discussion with them about doing this because what they do is they bring this type of circuit to communities. They're built on a concrete pad that's roughly the size of a tennis court, and then there's a grant program. So the local community is expected to provide some level of funding. There's a grant program. So the local community is expected to provide some level of funding. They provide a grant, and this for the upcoming year, that amount would have been. Their funding would have been a grant award of $50,000. $155,000 for 2023. So knowing that we do have some impact fees available, and then they also assist with marketing and fundraising. So I did want to make you aware of this opportunity so we can talk about it during the discussion with the health department about this, because we had kind of touched each other about park facilities and how they play into the work that the health department is doing, and fitness is a goal for the community. They're doing a report on health goals for doing, and fitness is a goal for the community. They're doing a report on health goals for Franklin that'll be coming out in the spring. But broadly, they thought that this was a good idea. So for now, it's just informational during the budget discussion. I will pass out the fund sheet for with an estimate for what would have been possible for 2023. This will likely change, but it's also not the only program that's out there. But given that there's been an ongoing request for fitness equipment, it might be one way to fulfill that need. So just something to think about for the future.
Sounds like another surface I have to worry about.
There is that.
Existing asphalt or concrete.
Either that or that the municipality would pour it using local funds. So there's a couple different ways that could work. This was based on, they have a sponsor that's the source of the $50,000. And then we were mainly talking about the capital funds that Franklin had previously allocated for senior fitness and fitness equipment at an unspecified park. Who reallocated that money. So
It would be great in the library parking lot.
that was one of the locations. That was one of the locations that we discussed at one point. Because a lot of parking there, it's actually more than is strictly necessary unless it's spent. But City Hall being close by, there's also options. So
How big is
it's about the size of a tennis court. So that would be if it's about the size of a tennis court. So that would be if there's two, so there's this portion is like half of a tennis court, and then they can also install like a back side to do like aerobics classes and that kind of thing. So, and the reason this slide shows a phone, there's an app that comes with it that explains how to use all of the different facilities. So it does come with that app supported, and like they try to organize fitness classes and that kind of thing as part of this. So there's a whole program that goes with
Does
it.
it come with any? Does it come with any kind of maintenance requirement, or I don't know if Vail has time.
I didn't ask about a warranty, but the municipality takes ownership of the facility and it becomes responsible.
But I think it's worth looking into the budget.
Okay.
What does everybody else think?
I think if it was at the library, would we not have to do special surface?
We need to grind surface that's there to support this or do some kind of leveling of it. But
Looks like there's a sport court on top of it.
It plays into a lot of things, like you said, the health department, even the city workers could go over there and utilize it, you know, before, after work. And it would go, you know, obviously you got the jogging path that goes around Pine Legend as well, which is complementary. The rec department could probably do like CrossFit classes, that's something like that. So I think it should be put as a topic like the 24. Not on the tennis court.
It looks like there's some kind of wall that equipment is coming out of.
yeah, there's a concrete wall, and then they have like it's not, well, there's TRX bands there, like those rings that you can see
Yeah.
down, and then bars to rows.
This wouldn't have anything to do with that like all-inclusive playground months ago that we talked about.
This is a separate project. So it is designed to be, they're all like mostly fixed equipment. It doesn't have like accessibility standards that I'm aware of, but that's something we could ask the representative about.
I thought it said something, but it wasn't.
Down there, like in place.
From the second half of a couple of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
So we have funding from Food Ribs.
yeah, then you can go grab a book from the library.
There you go.
Now
Perfect
we
day.
use a coffee shop. Now
Perfect
we
day.
use a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Put a food truck there.
Wait,
Beer garden.
Yeah,
farmer's market.
all set.
Okay.
I guess we can add this to discussion for the budget when we get to that point. I guess we'll move to letter D. Request by Douglas Shearer on behalf of the Franklin Park Concerts, Inc. for use of Lion Legend Park Bandshell for a free summer concert series from noon to 4:30 p.m. on the following dates, basically June, July, and August. You guys had any issues with this group other than them driving down to the stage?
Driving down to the stage, putting up more and more banners. Anything else? Do the
Issue with
We came to a
Yeah, I
conclusion.
think we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
It was the tour we did Saturday.
We did miss that meeting.
But just so it's notified, absolutely no cars in the park. Banner.
They wanted to make sure that they were able to correctly coordinate their permit requests with the commission. So previously, they've applied to the clerk's office for the dates, and then were told they needed to come to us. And they're being proactive. So if you do have concerns, they're being proactive. So if you do have concerns, there's a little bit of time to discuss it, but the permit's open January.
And when they're in, then there's no park run. Basically.
Grant them a public grant as a waiver of some of the fees of the permits as well. So basically, it's common council. This
This is the July 9th date. Looked at the Franklin date. Looked at the Franklin bus.
There's enough time for us to get some stuff.
Okay.
Well, thank you for saying that.
I don't have any issues unless it's noted. Challenges keep you driving. I don't have any issues unless it's noted. Challenges keep you driving. Yeah.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
That covers everything we had on the agenda for today.
Wow,
Short
that's,
meeting,
I think we're still here from the last one.
this is record too.
7:18.
7/18. The next meeting would be January 10th, 2023. I believe. January 9th.
All right.
Better.
99.
Okay. If there's nothing else at this time, I guess we'll move to adjourn. See everybody in a month.